Hey everyone, it's Melody with Design by Melody. I am working on my second project with the April Studio Calico kits. I just gave you a brief glance at the first project, and now I'm pulling out the photos. Now, as I mentioned in the first video, I actually pull out 11 pages worth of photos to work with this kit. So we'll see what I actually get done. My goal is to get as many of these done as possible because I want to get these pages in my album. I want to be done with these months. I have a ton of photos that I need to scrapbook. Now, I've got most of them printed and they're in the envelopes. If you missed my getting organized, kind of catching up video, I posted that a couple months ago, and I'm still working with those envelopes that I did. It really makes it easy for me to sit down and scrapbook when I already have the pages kind of planned as far as what photos go on what page, as well as already have the photos printed. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm just trying to get through a couple months here so I have less envelopes sitting up there and more pages in my album. So I put out these 3 photos, and these photos are of us walking back from Target. We are able to walk to Target from our house. So in the summer, or well, this isn't even summer, this is February, but when the weather is nice, we walk up there just to pick up a few groceries or whatnot. And on this day, Calen had picked up a bag of goldfish and was walking home with the whole bag tucked up under his arm eating. So it's just so cute. So I wanted to scrapbook all of these photos together. Now, there was this large paper with these labels, and I really wanted to cut it up, but I really have a problem cutting it up because I love the other side as well. So I remembered from flipping through the unboxing, when I was flipping through the cards, I remembered that there was a 4x6 card that had the labels on it as well. So I decided to pull those out and just kind of cut them up. I wasn't sure if the labels were going to be a good size or not, but they ended up working out pretty good. And I think they're going to be really good when I'm doing some Project Life pages. Now, I did this layout the same day that I did the first layout. I was on such a roll that I just kept scrapbooking, and I've actually done a couple pages since then. So stay tuned. I'll have a lot of projects up for you guys in the next couple days. I'm using this one paper. It's called Screenwriting. It's a Studio Calico paper, and it's just kind of got a yellow with like dotted circles on it. And it's really kind of a cool pattern. I thought it was really subtle, but it really goes well with this cork piece. And when I did my unboxing video, I knew for sure this large cork piece was going to be left over. But I ended up, when I pulled out these photos, I ended up realizing that the cork piece, it says "You've got style," that actually would work with these photos because it's all about, these photos are just kind of, capturing his personality. He has crazy hair. He has his own, his own style, his own thing. He does his own thing. He marches by the beat of his own drum. He just kind of does his own thing. And that's kind of what these photos show. So I thought it was a perfect title to use. So I like to use multiple photos on a layout, but sometimes it gets a little bit busy. So to kind of help with that, I cut off all the white space that were on these photos. I print my photos from Snapfish, by the way, but I cut out a lot of the white space that was on the photos so I could put a little bit of a gap between the photos, which I feel like gives it a little bit of space to breathe, and it doesn't make it seem so busy. Because I do have so many photos on here, my embellishment is not going to be it's not going to be a lot. It's going to kind of be kept in a minimum. The title is really large. I have 3 photos, and then, I'm going to add embellishment, of course, but it's not going to be extremely embellished. I have realized that my style is not to be overly embellished anyways. Sometimes I really like that. I embellish more on my Project Life pages. But I have realized that I like to keep embellishments at a minimum. I like to have, I love it when other people embellish a lot, but for me, I have a really hard time adding a lot of embellishments. As soon as I feel like it's complete, that it is enough, I will stop. And I feel like those are the pages that I love the most. So I'm going to continue with my style the way it is because it works for me, and it's my unique style, of course. I put those labels in this little white box along with the sequins that had come in the in the kit, just to make it easy to use instead of having to constantly pull them out of a little baggie. Oh, those stamps that I used were actually from Studio 29 Designs. I highly recommend them. If you've never purchased from them, Sarah, the owner, is awesome. And she always has great stamps that she designs herself. And the stamps are really nice quality, but very affordable as well. So if you haven't checked out Studio 29 Designs, go check it out because it's awesome. And I love, love, love this alpha. It's called the Walden print. It's tall and skinny, and it's just great. I love it. So what I stamped was the word some. So it says, "You've got some style." And that's my title. I'm pulling out the different stamp sets that came in the scrapbook kit and the Project Life kit, or the Documenter kit, just to see what is there, to see if there's anything that I can stamp on the page. And I am going to stamp a few things. I'm going to stamp currently on my journaling card, and then I'm also going to stamp new things right above that vellum sticker that I put at the bottom. And that vellum sticker says, "Some things are more precious because they don't last long." And it's a quote by Oscar Wilde. And what I'm referencing is, he's so precious because he's my little boy, but he's not going to be my little boy forever. Actually, he's growing up pretty quickly. So I just thought it was kind of fitting. And then I add my journaling on the bottom of this 3x4 card, and I'm just going to cut it off. It was a very small lined card, but it was perfect for adding just a little bit of journaling. And so my journaling says, enjoying some yummy goldfish on our way home from our usual Target family walk. Love the nice sunny days outside together. This is really a big thing that we do as a family, especially when Calen was kind of learning how to walk. We would go on really long walks around the neighborhood. We have a really nice neighborhood. You can walk a loop and it's not even a mile. And then if you want to walk up to Target and walk back, it is a mile, but it's really an easy walk. It's kind of nice. So I really like where we live, especially when he's little. I would love more of a yard as he gets bigger, but for right now, it works really well for our little family. I'm sorry if you guys can hear Ernest snoring. He's downstairs watching basketball since the tournaments are on, but he fell asleep, of course. I'm just kind of putting this on here, and we're getting kind of towards the end. I'm trying to figure out what else I want to embellish with. I knew I wanted to add a few things, but I wasn't exactly sure what. So I'll pull out these silver hearts. I'm going to add a few of those. I'm actually going to add 3 of them to this layout in different spots. These are kind of nice. I don't know. I'm assuming they're Studio Calico brand, but I really don't know. The large yellow ones and the small silver ones came in the kits. I have a feeling I'm going to use the small silver ones a lot easier than I'm going to use the bigger yellow ones, but I'm going to make it a point to use the big yellow ones. Oh, and if you're part of the Facebook group, I had posted a random question the other day asking what snacks and drinks that people use whenever they're scrapbooking. And it's so funny. There were so many people that said that they eat gummy bears and drink wine. Not necessarily together, but they eat gummy bears when they scrapbook and drink wine. I never thought about eating gummy bears when I scrapbook, which is just really funny. But right now I just finished a cup of coffee, and then I'm drinking some flavored water. It's strawberry lemonade flavored water, just in case you're curious. But that was kind of a funny random question, but I found it interesting what people put. Wine, that's a big thing for scrapbooking. It probably makes our pages a little bit better. But I'm just adding a very few little things, and I'm adding that cork banner at the top that says yum. And then I added just a few little things around the pages, and that's pretty much going to be it. Please make sure that you stay tuned. I'm going to have a lot more videos for you coming up. I'm really liking this kit. I love working with kits. They're just so much fun. But that's going to be it for today. Stay tuned for some still photos, and also check out my blog if you'd like to see more, as well as the links to the other videos that go with this kit. All right. Thank you guys. Bye.